Welcome back. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton accused by his top lieutenants of abusing his power, retaliation, obstructing a federal investigation, and accepting bribes. Saturday, as many had predicted, the Republican majority in the Texas Senate found him not guilty of each and every allegation. Of all the arguments made in Paxton's defense, this is the one I found most compelling.
Heard from the FBI with regard to Attorney General Ken Paxton. Crickets. Nothing. Nothing. If you don't think that the Biden administration and its FBI and Department of Justice would not love to indict Ken Paxton, then you're not paying attention.
With that, Stephen, what just unfolded here?
I just want to note on the crickets part, we actually heard crickets in the Senate chamber and throughout Austin. That's a whole different story. To quote one of my favorite rappers, Jay-Z, politics as usual. That's what this was. Now, some people already predicted that this would fall along party lines. Two Republicans broke away, one from the DFW area. But this really shows that at the end of the day, like Dan Patrick told you, Greg Grugan, this is a political trial. And that's what it was.
All right, Rudy, you've been covering this process for a long time. I'm guessing you are not surprised.
Yeah, I agree with Stephen. It was a political trial, what the Lieutenant Governor said it would be, and it turned out to be a political trial. I think if the one thing that surprised me out of this whole mess was the articles voting against the articles dealing with the whistleblowers. I think if anything was going to stick, that one was going to stick, and that sent a really strange message, disappointing message, and I think a message that could come back and haunt the Republicans. I think people will remember that they threw the whistleblowers under the bus, and it didn't sit well with me, and I think that that's going to come back and haunt them, and I'm wondering, are we going to look back on this day as the day that the Republicans started losing control of the Texas Capitol?
Wow. Wow, Stephen. At the end of this trial, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick read a pre-drafted speech tongue-lashing the Texas House for wasting millions of tax dollars and the Senate's time. What do you make of that?
Well, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is correct in one point. There was a lot of money spent on this. I mean, you can't get around it. I mean, $500 an hour for some of the biggest lawyers in the state of Texas. But if you really look at it, and that's why I said politics as usual, the senators went and deliberated, right, and then came out and made their public vote. And the Lieutenant Governor had a pre-typed speech. And I don't think one of his staffers were typing real time as the votes were coming in. Some of this was already known, and let's be real. Now, regardless of what your leanings are, what you think about Ken Paxton or not, piggybacking off of what Rudy said, you had whistleblowers who are Republicans. These aren't even moderate Republicans. One was denied a federal judge position because he made some disparaging comments in reference to the LGBT community. And so I'm kind of shocked. I know we shouldn't be shocked. Greg, you may not be shocked, but it may have a lasting impact, and we'll have to just wait to see how this plays out.
All right, Rudy, looking forward, now that he's been cleared by his fellow Republicans, do you see Paxton using this exoneration as a springboard to higher office?
You know, Greg, you described it as they just released the Kraken. Not quite yet. Before he can get to that springboard, he's got some big hurdles to get through. He's got these criminal cases that he's got to get cleared from. He's got the bar charges, the ethics charges. He's got to get past those, which is why I kind of agree with the Lieutenant Governor. Maybe the process does need to be changed up some, and through a more open process, hearings on the House side, more thought through, and maybe the House members jumped the gun. Maybe they should have waited for all these criminal charges and the federal investigations to play through first and then act. Maybe they put the cart before the horse.
Maybe. Clearly, Stephen, with their verdict, the Senate has hung Republican House members out to dry, so to speak, with the GOP base. Do you foresee a civil war in the upcoming special session and the primaries beyond?
Well, if there wasn't already a civil war, we are definitely going to see that. Now, it just matters how much, I guess, nice Dade Phelan may want to be, follow procedure and the spirit of the Republican Party, but Dan Patrick ripped the House. He ripped Dade Phelan and Andy Murr and all the impeachment managers. We're all dumb if we think that there isn't going to be some form of backlash from that in the House. Could be in the form of school choice or something bigger down the line.
Yeah, I agree. Rudy Patrick, who accepted $3 million from the pro-Paxton forces, stuck it to the House pretty hard. Do you believe it's war?
Oh, it's total war, total all-out war. And wasn't it interesting that the Paxton statement that he pushed out, he called this whole process immoral? that's like a bullfrog calling somebody ugly, right? Boy, that was something. And yeah, it is all-out war now. I think school choice died on Saturday. If any kind of form of school choice that they have been pitching in the past, which really isn't school choice, but another welfare type program, entitlement program, but from the GOP, if they pitch that back to the House, that's dead on arrival, right?
Quickly, Rudy, was justice done here? And one word, yes or no?
Hogwash.
All right, Stephen, same question. Was justice done here?
I don't have an answer, to be honest.
All right. Well, look, that's all the time we have. To see this episode or any of our past shows, go to our station's YouTube channels.
And I know you want to, so let's keep this conversation going by messaging us on social media.
And if this week was any example of why you should tune into The Issue Is, stay with us next week for another hot topic. And remember to let us know what you think the issue is.